Okay, it's line 55, so we have like 5 minutes. I'm going to be waiting 5 minutes before we really start, but if you're here, invite your friends, let me know you're here, say hello. Today I have a good tapping. It's a tapping request actually. We're going to be tapping about something that a lot of us suffer from, and I was one of them, and it's about self-blame. A lot of us have this huge issue, and it's really another one of our stoppers, because we'll talk about it in a minute. But so this was a tapping request that I received, and what do we do with the self-blame? And we're going to be talking about that, and actually we're going to be tapping about that. Hi Shaima, and we have Al-Kazaz Ahsen. Hello, how are you? So today's really powerful tapping will help you stop that self-blame, which a lot of us have it. I don't know how many percent, I don't have the statistics, but I know a lot of us have it. And it's going to stop you from having the magnificent life we are working towards. It's going to stop you from achieving what you want to achieve. By the way, everything you're doing on that wheel of life, I can summarize for you where you're going. You're doing all of that too. If you know what I want to say, please let me know. You're improving your health, you're improving this, you're doing this, you're working on self-development and this. All the things you wrote on your wheel of life. Why do you think you're doing that? What is the ultimate goal? Where are you wanting to go in the end? So I'll just wait and leave that question, and maybe I'll repeat it in a couple of minutes too. There is an ultimate goal behind all those goals. And it's if you recognize that, life will be easier, because there is one ultimate goal actually. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes and see if you have people jump on. Okay, and if you have any questions of what we've done all the past videos and all the past weeks, let me know please. It's been almost 2 months, by the way. We've been doing this for like almost 2 months. I think today's video 8, so we're like 2 months. So we should have done a lot by now. Things should have changed a bit. So let me know where you're at. Let me know what's happening in your life. You listening to this. Listening is not enough. You have to take action after these videos. There's a saying they say when you do self-doing, they say nobody can do your sit-ups for you, which means in the end you have to do the work yourself. You have to sit down and write your goals. You have to sit and tap. You have to sit and read the book if you want to be a reader. You have to do whatever you said you're going to do. You have to improve your nutrition, then you have to buy the fresh fruits and vegetables, and you have to start thinking about the salad. You have to order the salad when you go out. You've got to take the action. I can tell you how to do it. I will lead you. I will guide you. I'll share what I know, but you're going to have to do the work. So where are you in these 8 weeks? Let me know. And in a couple of minutes, I think 1 minute, we can start officially. I believe in 1 minute we will start officially. Not sure exactly what time it is right now, but I think we're there. Okay, so it is 10 o'clock and this is our time, and as I said, we want to be on time, so I'm starting right away. So please, if you're here, let me know how have been the 8 weeks, if you've been with me 8 weeks. And if you haven't, my advice is go to the first one and follow the path, because the first couple I talked about setting out your goals and how to create your goals and finding out why you're not where you're at. Why isn't your life magnificent from your point of view? Your personal point of view, and how you rated them and you're working on them. Okay, so that's my advice. If you just showed up a couple of videos ago, then do that. Just go back, and if you've been with me and you're not doing the stuff, go back. That's what I would do. I would watch videos 5 and 6 and 8 and 10 times, by the way. I would do crazy things, and it wasn't only me. When I started talking to other people who have tried to change their lives, they were saying the same. So I've been with many groups with my coaches, my teachers, and like the group would have 300 people being coached together, and people would share like this. By the way, I used to watch the videos and audios and write every single word. I would take notes of which meant I had to re-listen and re-listen and re-listen and re-listen rewind, re-listen, rewind, re-listen. I was going crazy, but I wanted to know every single word. You don't have to do it that way, but definitely most things need to be seen about 3 times. So, okay. And when I was studying, everything was like 2 hours and 3 hours. The videos were really long. The audios were unbelievably long. I would spend hours and hours. I think this is the age of the quantum, and this is the age of faster. I try to keep my stuff shorter. I try to give you the like cutting edge. Like, this is what you need to know. Forget the filler. You don't need all that other stuff. You may not need all the information. The teachers need to know, but you don't. Just do it. Okay, today we're talking a tiny bit about self-blame. It's a huge, huge, huge stopper. And I just said I had a lot of it. It's really tough. So self-blame comes from the parents. I'm sorry. Maybe the teachers. I'm sorry. Maybe your caretaker. Maybe the grandparents. Whoever is, were affecting your development as a child. And no matter what you did, they had this huge self-blame. But you should have. If you use the word I should have a lot, I should have done more, I should have studied more, I should have given more, I should have told them more, I should have. It could be even I should have answered to that person. There's always this thing that's coming around in your head saying, I should have. Okay, I want to just make sure who else is here. If somebody's here, please send me a heart or something so I know you're here. Shayma and Al-Kazaz Ahsan, if you have a question or we have a long story to read, please, please, if you have a comment, let me know. But let me read what Rania just wrote. Rania is saying, I had been inspired by last week's call about I deserve, and I tapped on. I don't believe that I deserve, and I can tell it was a great session. Thank you. Thanks for everything you share with us. I'm happy you like that. Hi, Laila. That's so nice to have you. Okay, so now today we're going to do the self-blame story. Let's tap on that. So I think we've talked about, does anybody suffer who's here from self-blame? And where does it show up in your life? Where is the self-blame showing up in you? Is it about your work, about your relationships? Is it about your friends, what you do for your parents? Where does the self-blame show up? I'm just going to watch your answers for a couple of minutes or half a minute, I don't know, and then we'll just start tapping, because this will help you a lot to move forward. And especially because it was requested. And by the way, you can request what you need. This is not a one-way discussion. If it was, I would just do my YouTube videos. I would do it on my own time, whenever I'm free, and I would just get up, do a YouTube video, edit it, and put it out. This is not the purpose of the live. The purpose of the live is for me to interact with you, to listen to you, and for you to ask your questions, and for both of us to be together. It's like I've invited you in my home, and let me know what you need, okay? So please let me know, where do you get stuck with self-blame? Where do you do that? And as I said, you can send me on these videos below them any tapping requests. And if it fits within the topic that I'm working on, I will try to give you that tapping. Okay? Okay, just give me a second. Does anybody want to share anything about self-blame? Or is it too personal? I don't know. So I'll share me. I had so much blame about work. No matter how much I studied, no matter how much I read. I'm talking about this work. No matter how much I listened to. There was always more. No, I could have done more. I could have done more. I would sleep at 11 or 12, working from 7:30 in the morning, hardly leaving the desk. I swear to you, barely eating. Sometimes eating at the desk. Crazy workaholic. And still say it's not enough. Because there was tons of information out there, and I wanted to learn about so much, and it was endless. So instead of saying there's just too much out there and I don't have to know it all, I would say I'm not doing enough. I had to work on it. I did have to work on it. And it wasn't easy. It didn't happen in one tapping. It didn't happen in 2 tappings. It didn't happen in 10 tappings. It took some time. Because I didn't call it self-blame. I don't know. I was just tapping different things. I was just tapping everything else but self-blame. When I finally got rid of it, I started to understand what the program was. It was a program of self-criticism that's very, very critical. No matter what I did, it wasn't enough. And it's crazy because I've always done well. I've been always an A student. I've always excelled in my work. I've always done super well wherever I went to work. But in my mind, it was always like, yeah, that's great, but you could do more. I mean, that report could have been more better. That thing could have been better. So I had my own self-critic that was really, they call her the inner mean girl. I had a horrible inner mean girl. She was horrible. I hope she's died by now. Okay, let me start. So you have the tapping. So first of all, you rate how much it is you blame yourself. How true is it that you really self-blame? Okay, so 10, 9, 8, I am to blame. I feel like I need to blame myself. I'm wrong. Okay? And it could be, as I said, about work or a relationship, or I didn't answer this woman, or I'm wrong because I did this, or I'm wrong that I did that. It's not enough, or I didn't do it, whatever. Okay? So let's say it's a 7 and 8 or 10, it doesn't matter. Write it down for yourself and start that tapping. So even though I blame myself a lot, really a lot, I always find things to blame myself on. I love and accept myself. Even though I blame myself for so many things, I totally and completely love and accept myself. Even though, and I'm going to start to put a few things that you might be blaming yourself. Even though I blame myself because I'm not that good of a mother. Or I blame myself because I'm not that good of a daughter. Or I blame myself because I could have done more at work. I could have done better at that report. Or even though I blame myself because, and you fill in, because I totally and completely love and accept myself. Blame myself. I'm supposed to blame myself. It's not enough. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I expect more of myself. I don't care what anybody else says. That's for them. They think it's okay to be that kind of daughter. Or they think that report is good enough. Or they think that's okay to be that kind of sister or friend or whatever it is. But not for me. I blame myself. I blame myself. I blame myself. And I'm going to switch topics to cover whatever your story is. I blame myself for being quiet when I needed to speak up. I go home and I blame myself. And I keep saying the shoulds. I should have, I would have, I could have. I should have. I go crazy with the shoulds. I should have. I should have. I go crazy with the shoulds. All I hear is, I should have. And this blame program just starts like a broken record. It won't even let me sleep. It won't put me in peace. It won't leave me in peace. It keeps telling me I should have. I should have, and I'm wrong. All this blame. All this blame in my mind. All this blame. All this blame. This crazy programming. This crazy programming I have. This crazy programming in my mind. Telling me to always blame myself. Always saying I'm wrong. No matter what. I didn't do enough. I didn't do it right. I'm not nice enough. I'm not this. I didn't do that. Whatever it says. This crazy blame program. Okay, I want you to take a deep breath because I'm going to go into positive right now. And as always, you will not get enough benefit by going into positive unless you're about a 5 or a 4. If you're still very high on, no, I need to blame myself, like an 8 or a 7 or a 6, you need to tap this more. So you just continue tapping. Take some water every few minutes. Every 3 or 4 of these, take some water. Stop and take a deep breath. And as always, I need to say, I tap very fast and I tap hard. You don't have to. You can do this. And you can do it very slowly. I blame myself. I blame myself. That's just the way I tap. I tap fast. That's me. Okay, so now I'm going to just a little bit, fix this a little bit, go into another space in the brain, right? So, I wonder if it's possible that I don't need to blame myself that much. I wonder if it's possible that I'm okay as I am. I wonder if it's possible that I am enough. And I do enough. And I am good enough. I wonder if that's possible. I wonder if this blame program is on overdrive. I wonder if this blame program is really not a good program. I wonder if I need to keep this blame program. Maybe I don't need this blame program. I wonder if I really need to keep this blame program. Where did I get it anyway? Where did I get it anyway? And are they right? Is it correct to keep this very critical blame program? Is it the right thing for me? Maybe it was right for them. Maybe they thought that motivated them. And I learned it. I accepted that program on my system. And maybe I don't need it. I wonder if I need it. In fact, thinking about it right now, I don't want that program. It's just tiring me out. It's killing me. It's so tiring. It's taking from my health. It's taking from my peace of mind. It's driving me crazy. This program definitely needs to be deleted from the computer. It's like a virus program. It doesn't bring me benefit. It just brings me trouble. Oh my God. If that virus program was on my computer, I would not spend the day looking at it. I would find a way to get rid of it. It would be going crazy on my computer. It would be ruining the rest of my files. Just like this blame is doing. It's ruining my happiness. It's ruining my peace of mind. It's even ruining my progress. How can I progress when I'm blaming myself all the time? All my mind is on is what I'm not doing right and what I should do. So how could I be creative? How could I be getting things done properly? How can I progress? How can I improve my life when I have this virus on my computer? This virus running up and down my system. This inner mean girl, always blaming me. Oh my God. Who would keep that person as a friend? There's no way that's a friend. I'm not forced to keep this person in my life. Definitely gonna unfriend her, block her, and never talk to her again. She's crazy. She's totally crazy, that woman. Or that man. Totally crazy. Always blaming, always blaming, always blaming. I think I got a lot out there. Put a little humor in there, okay? I would just add, I choose to delete this program because it's virused. I choose to delete, throw away, totally clean my computer, totally clean my system from this crazy, crazy virused program. I choose to delete it and clear it and live happily ever after. Okay? So I would do something like that. You do what you want. Your heart will tell you. Your words will be better than mine because they're yours. Be very specific if you want. Tap on the blame. The blame. It's killing your progress. It's killing your progress in any aspect. If you said you're going to be walking, which we started out with from the beginning, and you don't, and you go home and blame, it's not going to make you walk better. All it does is just take so much energy out, and it goes with the law of attraction now. You attract more of that. When you blame, it's a horrendous thing because it goes into the law of attraction. I know that some of you here have studied law of attraction with me. So it's crazy. It's really crazy when you understand how the whole thing works together, how the thoughts affect your law of attraction, what you attract. So you think it's serving you to blame yourself, that you will improve yourself, but no. Actually, this thing that you hate will continue in your life until you stop the self-blame. Can you imagine? So it's counterintuitive. Self-blame will not improve you. Self-blame will keep you in that cycle, that horrible cycle that you think you're judging anyway. So by stepping back and saying, I'm not doing that anymore, I'm deleting it, I'm deleting it, I'm deleting it. And as I said, you may have to do this for a week, you may have to do this for 10 days, you may have to do this for a month. Really, it might take a month to get rid of the blame because it's usually very embedded. It's stuck in there. And it has lots of tails. In EFT, we call them tail enders. It has lots of aspects. It has lots of neural pathways, actually, scientifically. So it's going to take some work to get rid of it. It's okay. Okay? Sonia, hi Sonia. Muhammad, hello. Dr. Huwaida, hello. How are you? So I hope you like this tapping. Let me know what happens this week, please. This is an important tapping to talk about the self-blame and to get rid of self-blame and the self-criticism is so important. You will feel better about your life. You'll feel better. You even, if you go to my health code, your health will improve because the self-blame is very negative. It's killing your cells. It's poison going down the system. Poison going down the system. What do you think is going to happen? Yeah, you will be getting sick. Your immunity will decrease. Probably you'll get an autoimmune disease. I don't want to talk about it. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's one of the most horrible. The self-blame is one of the most horrible programs that people have. And I'm sorry to say it comes from the parents. It comes from the parents who think they're helping their children by teaching them to blame themselves and question themselves and I don't know what. Please, if you are a parent, do not do this to your children. If you're a parent or a grandparent, tell your daughter, please do not do this to your children. Tell her, I was wrong, I brought you up wrong, I admit I'm wrong, I learned. Please do not do this to the kids. There's nothing wrong with getting C's. There's nothing wrong with getting a B. There's nothing wrong not to being on the best in the sports team. I've seen I don't want to talk about this today, extremely stressed children. I don't know what's going to happen to them by the time they're adults. They're already overstressed and extremely pressurized, and it's not enough. So they're blaming themselves all the time that they're not providing the results the parents want. Amazing. Okay, that's for another time. We'll talk about parenting, but it's not for this kind of video because here we're just building our thank you, Dr. Huwaida, who's saying that she likes what I've been saying and the video and the tapping. Thank you. For those who don't read Arabic. So we will be discussing that maybe on a YouTube video because here we're just building our magnificent life. But I just went off because I know what self-blame does to people. I've seen people come in. I've seen 12 and 13-year-olds who are really suffering. I've seen 8-year-olds who are already suffering from the parents' demands. And the children are blaming themselves already because they feel they're not able to comply to the parents. They're not able to please the parents. So they're like, I remember a child, he said, I need to go to a doctor, but there's no time, and it's because I study slowly, and because this, and the child is blaming himself, there's something wrong with him, when actually the parents are they were overloading. For God's sake, he's a child. He should go home, have homework for an hour after dinner, and then just enjoy. He's just a child. I mean, adults do that. They're watching TV all day, and they don't want the kids to enjoy. I'm amazed. Okay, that's another topic. I can't discuss this today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am happy. I'm grateful that you attend, you come and show up. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Please send me your questions. Please share with your friends. We want to help more people out so that we can change our lives together. Thank you.